Welcome back to Plan B Terraform version 1, or actually to be more precise, it is now version 1.02. We've just had another small update dropped, so you'll see a couple of things are different since the end of the last episode. At the end of the last episode, we built this nano research center. We gave it a lot of high-tech parts and reinforced concrete. To be precise, we gave it 200. And with that, it created a lot of carbon nanotubes, which I'm now, storing over here. So pretty soon, here it is, it's processing. We're creating more and more, as you can see. And soon it's going to, be empty. And at that point, we'll be able to, I guess, make even more. But more importantly, we can start taking these and we need to send them to our space station, which is, oh, not this actually, sorry, that is something else. Okay. Where is my space station? Here it is. So here is the space station. We see that it will require space elevator cables. This is not the same thing as these nanotubes, right? We're gonna need to transform those nanotubes first. So let's go over here into factory so we can see the space cables. This is carbon nanotubes and aluminum bars. So we're gonna need basically to bring some aluminum bars. So let's go. We're going to bring this there. So aluminum bars. And then we can say the output here is actually going to be the space cables. Okay, good. So aluminum bars, I think we have a lot there, right? Yes, tons of aluminum bars over here. So let's go take some trucks because we already have a road. I know it's a bit far, but we already have a road. So let's just take trucks, bring them here, and no, this is not that. This is aluminum bars. Right, let's check it out. Here it is, starting to deliver. Perfect. So in a second, we should have this production starting. On this one, we are still producing. That's crazy. Never stops. Never stops. I mean, it was a huge amount of high-tech parts and reinforced concrete, but still. Okay, so maybe let's accelerate just a bit the time so you can see the resource arriving. Come on. Ah, it is the first one. And here it is. We have our first space elevator cables that are being produced. Now we're gonna take these and maybe we do a train this time, given that I love to mix things up, trains sometimes. We're gonna need to cross, right? So do this, actually, no problem. It will work. And I already have a very long one, but we're gonna need to also go straight there. Okay, so let's go around the city here. It's gonna then go down, and as I said, it needs to then cross pretty far like this. Let's try to make it a bit straight, just for my OCD. Okay, done. And then here we're gonna need basically a circle, not a pretty circle, sorry. Delete these two. We can put one of these here, and this is space cables. You can actually put a few. Good. And we can this here. We can switch the start and the finish. Put 5 trains because trains are pretty long, and it's not the end of the world if it takes a bit of time. We can just put one more here. Okay, so it is starting to fill in the train. Perfect. Okay, the second train is not gonna be very full, but that's okay. So it's starting to produce. This is still producing. That's crazy. Wow. It's like a forever production. Is that a bug somehow? But I'm not complaining, it's creating a lot of carbon for me, still. Okay, and because this is basically the mission anyway, right? To have a space elevator in the base. So let's go over here. See, have we received the first one already? I don't think so. So how much do we need? 500? 1000 actually we need. Okay, so the first ones are arriving. It's gonna take also 300 days, by the way. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll see you. Here it is. We've delivered 30 out of 1000. So I'll see you in a minute when that's done. In the meantime, I guess maybe I'll start working on a new city. I haven't decided which one yet. Facelift operational. We'll start bringing you seeds at once. These seeds are engineered to produce greenhouse food very efficiently. Nice. So it is next level. Now we need to reach a population of 6,000, basically double our population. We get access now to many things. The various seeds, food, water, also known as elixir of life, compost, which will come from carbon and nitrogen, pumping station to pump water from the ground, must be built over humid ground, not submerged in water. Okay. And lastly, the greenhouse to actually build or grow food. Okay. Now, to be precise, I could actually probably reach this objective here without making any food, because I have 3,000 of population on New Paris. I could get this new city over here of New Yangon also to 3,000. I think we'll be fine. But obviously that's not what the game is all about. So let's see. Here is the space elevator, by the way, which seems to be full of seeds. So let's make sure we actually take those seeds out now. Let's go. Seeds. I'm going to put them on this side. Okay. So taking the seeds out. Great. Cool stuff. Now we're gonna need to deliver those seeds back to the city, or back somewhere. Actually, it doesn't have to be to the city, because it's more the food that needs to go to the city. We're also gonna need water, so I need to start making these. This is reinforced concrete and high-tech part. Pretty sure we should have something like that. So here I have high-tech parts, and here it is, right? I have, oh no, this is normal concrete. Damn. And where do I have reinforced concrete? Here. We have reinforced concrete here, okay. Reinforced concrete there too, actually. Reinforced concrete in different places. Not very well organized. And we deliver it here, we deliver it there, I know, for the city. So maybe, yeah, instead of having, because this I already have 10, so it's fine. Let's put one there. So assembly for the pumping station. Here it is. Okay, so that's gonna start producing. Perfect. This is this one here. Let's put it stars. Then where are my greenhouse? Yeah. No, sorry, that was a different one. So this is steel bars plus polymer bars. That rings a bell. Steel bars. Aluminum, polymer. Okay. It's not perfect. Ah, here maybe I can do it here. Yes. Because it's just, you know, we're just trying to make a few. So it doesn't have to be like super perfect production. And I know the cool thing is, I know here we're always going to have those resources. Or if I don't have those resources, that means my city's in trouble. Like here, why do we have so much metal waste? Okay. That's probably because I've stopped giving rain stuff to my city. Okay. Anyway, this is not full, so that's something. And yeah, with this, at least we can also always use some of the steel bar. So that's actually a smart thing to do. Okay, so we have greenhouses and we have potentially the water. So let's see, I'm gonna get this here. I'm gonna need water from poles. No, not from the poles, from a place with water. Let's place one so I can show you. So this is going to require steel, seeds, compost, which is carbon and nitrogen, and water. So now let's see how I can get water. We're gonna need a place that has water in the ground, and right now my temperature is at -25, so actually we should get there pretty soon. Because I think it started at -20, but we do need to wait just a minute. So let's see, we have over here quite a bit of nitrogen. Maybe what I can start doing is creating compost. All right, so we said this is this one. We're gonna need carbon and nitrogen, so I can start making compost maybe over here. Okay, so let's see. We're going to have this. I can always copy the whole thing somewhere else after. Like this. Up, move it. For example, here. We're gonna say, bring me a couple of nitrogen. Okay. Then we're gonna need also a bit of carbon. So you're gonna be this one there. No, this is not smart what I just did. That's okay. So we're gonna put this one. Let's actually do it a bit more organized. Sorry. So you're going to be a whole line. You're going to be a whole line. You're gonna be delivered thanks to these trucks here. We're gonna go there. We can say just 5 should be enough. And to help, I can place a few more like this. Okay, so that's, and maybe one there. So that's going to deliver here. Then on the other side, we're going to have the other input, which we said was carbon. All right, and then we're gonna have the output, which is going to be the compost. And now we can have the carbon. I don't even need to put it far. We can just make it on site, like over here. I don't know if that's enough. We'll see later. So up. This is carbon. I'm gonna create the carbon, send it there, and then it's split all over. And this, with that, we create compost, and then we're gonna send the compost somewhere. Okay, how's my temperature doing? We're a bit plateauing here. Am I not producing anymore this by? Oh, that's why we're plateauing. Look at this. This is obviously not working. So let's go crazy. Okay, everything is in range now. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to restart my production on NF3, and even the production of SF6 seems to be a bit stalled, but it's probably over here. I haven't actually made any of these. Let me make some of these. We're gonna make them. I have concrete somewhere here. Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of concrete. So let's go. Let's do assembly plant. Just where are you? Special building at the bottom. Landmark towers. So in a second we should make 10, and then I can start using, here it is, 1. So we're gonna say this is NF3, and this way we see it on the map now. Great. And then the other one was over here, where again you can see potentially a problem. So let's delete that one. So we're transporting these here, and the problem is indeed we're not making a lot at all on this side. So let's go. Okay, and this was the SF6. Right, so let's go put one here. SF6. Okay, so hopefully the temperature should continue increasing slowly but surely. In terms of population in New Paris, we should be stable right now because we are not really, yeah, we're at 50%, so all good, because I'm giving these two. I've stopped giving that one for now. This is, by the way, full. Okay, I'm guessing this is full because this thing is full, because we're not, yeah, we're full on seeds. Okay, but yeah, I need some water. So let's increase the other city in the meantime. What do we need here? We need reinforced concrete. So let me work on this and I'll see you in a minute. A few minutes later, and New Yangon is growing. We have now 3 requests. We have the reinforced concrete, the oxygen, and the high-tech parts. I think that's actually the 3 things that are needed for a while. The only thing that's going to be added soon is the waste. But that's going to grow the population for sure. So we have the oxygen in the north hasn't changed, and then we have the station over here for the reinforced concrete, station over here for high-tech parts. So where are they coming from? Well, you can see it's pretty tight. We have over here the sulfur, we have over here the iron, and we have over here the aluminium, and it's all coming together. So let's start at the bottom with the aluminium, creating a lot of aluminium bars. We are adding at the bottom some carbon that's transformed into polymer bars, and this is making the high-tech parts, right? Those high-tech parts are then sent into this guy over here. Then we have over here a lot of iron. This iron makes steel bars. These steel bars are sent just up north here, with also the concrete that comes from here. Those 2 things come over here, so you can see concrete and steel bars. On both sides we have the reinforced concrete production, making a lot of reinforced concrete, and then a train is picking that up and bringing it up here. So yeah, as I said, I think this is gonna grow probably very nicely. Speaking of very nicely, we are now also at -20. So if you look over here, liquid water release should actually start now. It's not gonna start everywhere right away, but on those lines over here, we should actually start seeing some water coming in the future. So I'm gonna need to be careful though, because you know, we don't really know where it's gonna be coming from, and that may also break some of my cities, because if there's too much water on the production, that's gonna, you know, be a problem. I see some random buildings built here and there, so deleting them. Yeah, at least this is still working here. Good. Just checking. What was that? Oh, that was the compost. Yes, we have a good compost production. Okay. What else? What else? This was a UFO there. Huh? Need to be careful. All right. I just hope we don't wake up on Mars or something. And it is, ladies and gents, we have some water, and it's actually, yeah, it's actually close to a line that we already had. Oh, that's a lot of water there. Wow. Let me actually slow down time a bit, and maybe it's time also to slow down the increase in temperature, guys. So let's go over here to NF3, and we're going to just stop these 2, and same for this one here. Up. Let's stop that for a bit. It's not going to stop the water, but it's just to not go too crazy and have the whole world full of water. So it is. This is a nice lake for sure. We know we're going to have mostly the water also coming from that side, very little coming from this side. So I think this is probably, oh, we're gonna have water here. Okay, I mean, we're gonna have to manage this, but yeah, I'm gonna put it you know, on this side basically, right? We're gonna put it at the kind of edge of this thing. Let's go. Okay, and this is obviously water. There it is. We have now water that has been made, and we probably want to send it. Okay, so we have the seeds that are here. The compost a bit far, but that's okay. We're just gonna use our first big train here. So let's go. Gonna make this circle here. Up, compost please. Up, up, and then I guess we're gonna go between the, or maybe let's go at the bottom there. Let me do that. Go here, follow this crater. Oh, I didn't see there was this here. Okay, let's clean that up. Up. Okay, follow this, and we're gonna want to probably go there because this is where we have the seeds. Alright, and then we can bring this water to the same place. Okay, I know this is ugly. I'm gonna clean it up, don't worry. Okay, so bring that on the line. We said this is gonna be a lot of water. We're gonna need to deliver also the water. So let's see. We're gonna want one of these greenhouse. And then the idea here is we have 3 inputs. So we need to be slightly smart because we're gonna need also an output, right? The output is gonna be the food. So this is on this side, that's gonna be the output, right? Then on this side here, we're gonna need a couple of things. And actually, if we look, we need a lot of water. So let's say that this is going to be the water here. It's a full line of water. But then here we're gonna need to kind of have both seeds and compost. So seeds is gonna be this one, and then the other one is gonna be compost. Alright, so now everything is in range. We then need to have a station here for the food to leave the station. So let's go. This is gonna be the food here. We need to then bring all of those things. So let's go. We're gonna bring, actually let's do something a bit like this. Okay, so that way here we can have some seeds. We can have, that's not what I wanted, thank you. We can have some compost, and we can have also some water, all delivering here. So let's go seeds. I didn't actually make a different station, but we don't need to, we can use the same here. The seed is gonna go here and deliver there. I think just 2 trains should be enough, like it's pretty close. And then, you know, the only thing we need is to start sending these resources like this. Then the water, we can do it on this side. Probably should be fine. And then this gonna be in the middle. Let's have a second one here. Okay. So let's send the water now. Quick train. Okay, so train of water, deliver more on this side. This will probably need a few more because it's actually pretty far and it will require quite a lot of food, water to go there. And then last but not least, the compost, which does need to be also pretty far. So we're gonna put a few trains. So let's go all the way here. You can deliver your compost. And as I said, I think we'll probably need at least a few. Okay, let's accelerate the time. See the few trains coming. It is. This is the seeds. So we now have seeds in all of these. Perfect. Water, first one is coming. Great, starting to deliver some water. And last but not least is gonna be the compost. Here it is, the first compost has arrived. So we should start making some food. Here it is, we're starting to make some food, ladies and gents. Now we do need to deliver it. So let's go all the way here. Maybe we deliver it at the bottom there. Oh, this was old stuff. I forgot to delete. My bad. Let's delete it all. Okay, even this one is an old one. But yeah, the food we can redeliver over here. So let's go. We're gonna want a couple of these here. They're gonna be food. You need a train station. Okay, let's put that. And we pull it there. And then go. Yes, we're full of food. That's what I like to see. But we're gonna consume probably quite a bit right away. So again here, we need quite a few trains. Yeah, we need 115 of supply. Oh, and we're low on reinforced concrete. Okay. Oh no, that's just because I'm not giving it. But we are actually pretty low on these guys. Why is that? Why is that? So the high tech is because we're missing some of these. Wait, we're producing them here. So I'm not producing enough carbon, basically you're telling me? Okay, well, let's add more. And hopefully that will help this production boost. It's a pretty easy one to fix because I can just add more of these. And we'll see if we still have a problem in a minute. Oh, it is. The food has arrived, ladies and gents. And so hopefully my population, yes, is happy. Supply is already growing. Which is not great. But that's life. That's life. New Paris, really growing over here. Love to see it. We have tons of this. I don't know how quickly we're gonna be out of seeds. Oh, but here it is. We're almost out of... No, we are producing seed. Perfect. Okay. Population growing, 4,000 already. Let's see also New Yagun. So New Yagun is happy on the city supply, but now we need to also do some waste disposal. So maybe let me start this a bit and I'll see you in a minute. For this one, I did a recycling of it's a perfect recycling is what I call it, meaning you don't need to bring anything. It's just going to take care of everything. It's not going to help with the supply, but that way you don't need to bring anything. So what do I mean? Well, first of all, this is just the metal waste right now, right? We don't have to take care yet of the plastic one. So that creates two things. That creates steel bars and aluminum bars. Steel bars, you can use it to create extractors. We always need more extractors, so why not, right? We just take the steel, make it into these extractors. Then it also creates some aluminum bar. What can we do with aluminum bar? Well, the other thing we use a lot is Depot Mark II, right? Oh, it is. We finished 6,000 of population. We have genetically modified plant species in order to make them viable in our atmosphere, but they still need the appropriate temperature and humidity. So we need to now reach a population of 10,000, but we've unlocked now pine trees, eucalyptus trees, and the tree greenhouse. This is really cool. We're gonna be able soon to make actual trees. Now, as you can see, those trees, they're gonna take seeds, carbon and water, a bit like, you know, the food. But the key thing is they're gonna want kind of a specific temperature. For example, the pine tree, it can survive at minus 30, but to grow it needs minus 5, and it will start dying if you're above 20. It also needs a damp soil. And then we have the eucalyptus tree, which requires minus 5 to even survive, will grow at plus 5 and will survive until plus 26. So that's definitely going to be one of our next challenge, with also reaching 10,000. Let's just restart quickly the game so I can show you what I was talking about. So Mark II will require this aluminum bar and will require polymer bar. But polymer, this is just carbon transformed into polymer, right? So it's easy to make on set like this. You can see I have already a lot now. So this hopefully again should work perfectly with not needing anything. Perfect. So this is going to continue growing. And then if we look over here, we have actually not a lot of food. So this may not be enough, and we can see our problem seems to be water. So I can then check over here and see, okay, what problem do we may have. This is actually working, that's not a problem, but it's probably we just don't have enough of these. So let's start placing more of these. Okay, good. So hopefully that's gonna be enough. We also start to see more places with water, so we need to be careful, particularly if we start having any close to a city or close to big productions, because at that point they will stop. But so far I think we're okay. I don't see any big one inside. Let's see over here. No, all good, all good. Yeah, because you know, this is fine. It can go, it's basically on a bridge, you know, it is okay for now. We could potentially also start making, you know, some dam and things like this, but I think it's a bit early for that. And let's see our city over here. Is that still growing or any issues? No, it's still growing. It's still growing. It's taking more and more space, but I love to see that for sure. I love to see this. So how are we going to do trees? Well, we're going to do that in the next episode, ladies and gents. Smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.